Morning, it's Wednesday the 11th. I'm FX Blue. Just been tagging hashtag FX Blue escape park. But anyway, the CBI's been on. They've been lobbying the Bank of England to hold off on tightening monetary policy until the burden on industry is a little clearer. It looks like business share the belief that inflation is less of a threat than the alternative, which may hamper the country's wider economic recovery. And the UK recovery is still cooking on gas. It's seen the Bank of England become one of the more hawkish central banks, and their recent advanced guidance suggests that if they aren't the first cab off the ranks to start tightening, chances are they will be the second. Data's been a bit thin on the ground since that Bank of England meeting last week. Tomorrow we have Q2 GDP data due out, which is expected to show the economy grew by close to 5%. Following that, next week we have an update on employment and inflation, they should both be supportive of the pound. In the market yesterday, sterling slipped slightly against the dollar, though. We saw about 138.25 there. And while calls continue for sterling to slide further against the dollar, it looks like we may rise to finally test that 120 mark against the euro. That's been the target since the recovery began from the low of around 105.15 in March last year. One to watch if your business carries euro exposure, but for now we kick off around 118. Not much to report from the US as the summer lull is upon us. We're seeing more calls suggesting the dollar may be heading back towards the highs seen back in March. But as always with the technical analysis, it comes with plenty of if, buts and maybes. But if the dollar index breaks through the March high of 93.35, it brings 94.75 into play. The fundamentals are also calling the dollar higher at the moment. As I mentioned earlier, the US and the UK have similar odds over which central bank will take the step towards tapering first. For me, the smart money is more on the US making the first move, and it looks likely that that will be in October. Whether that first move is a nod to our special relationship with the US, or whether just to buy the Bank of England another month or so to see what happens, I don't know. But ultimately the US do have much deeper pockets to bail themselves out if it causes any issues. So why not let them take the lead on this one? First mover will likely see accelerated currency appreciation, but for now the dollar index climbed to 93.15 and euro dollar kicks off from around 117.10 this morning. And that's it from me. Join me again tomorrow.
If you do not have a clue, then just tweet through and ask FX Blue.